If you think I'm overreacting and sounding the alarm too soon, consider this. It took the Nazis 1 month, 3 weeks, 2 days, 8 hours, and 40 minutes to dismantle a constitutional republic.
Governor Pritzker is getting blowback and attention for those comments comparing Trump and the MAGA movement to Nazi Germany.
One Illinois Republican is calling on him to resign. Political reporter Paris Schutz has the latest on this. Paris?
Yeah, Sylvia and Tia, depending on what side of the aisle you're on, Governor Pritzker's comments comparing the current situation to 1930s Germany right before Hitler consolidated power was either spot on or a slanderous insult to 2.4 million Illinoisans that voted for Trump. Now, the governor made his comments at the end of his budget and State of the State address on Wednesday, defended them by saying Germany's democracy fell in a matter of weeks. The same thing could happen here, he believes. Some Republicans walked out during the speech. One, John Cabello of the Rockford area, says Pritzker went way too far.
It was disgusting. Absolutely, positively disgusting. Perception is reality, and the perception was that he called every Republican a Nazi. That's what he did. He needs to apologize. And in my opinion, he needs to resign.
Now, I spoke with history professor David Shayevitz, who's Northwestern University's director of Jewish and Israel Studies. He says comparisons to autocratic regimes are fair game, especially considering efforts right now to consolidate power and to target certain groups like the trans community and immigrants. But he says any comparison to past autocratic movements has to be handled with care.
In some ways, I think there is a comparison that's worth examining there, but certainly not to the extent that one should say there's absolutely no difference between the MAGA movement and the Nazi movement. They are alike for all intents and purposes. That would seem to be an absurd kind of overgeneralization. So, the hope is that by studying the historical period, we're able to more carefully sift through in what ways they speak to one another and in what ways there are important differences.
Now, Pritzker defended his comments afterwards, saying he wasn't calling Trump or his supporters Nazis, just drawing parallels to the collapse of democracy. Republicans also brought up Pritzker's likely presidential ambitions in 2028, claiming he's just trying to get national attention. And indeed, these comments did gain national attention. And you can catch much more on this discussion tonight at 9:30 p.m. on Paris on Politics.